Welcome to the Elms College tutorial on setting up your gradebook. We're going to go through an example to set your book up where if your syllabus was designed to have overall categories weighted in your course. So for example, if you had participation and discussion forum posts worth 40% of your overall grade in the class, and maybe there's research projects that will compose the remaining 60%. So that is the demonstration that we will go through. In Moodle, when you're in your course, so I'm already in the course, which is labeled Phillips K, I'm going to go down on the left-hand side and go to the item called Grades. We're going to click that. When we click the item Grades, we should see this screen, which is now blank, starting from scratch. We're going to choose Categories and Items. From this view, I'm going to go to the top left-hand corner, and I'm going to choose to take the full view so that we can see the different weight amounts. So you can see when the full view comes up, it gives us some extra things. This is my course name. This happens to be Phillips K, and at the course we want to have a weighted mean of average, or we could have a mean grade of average. We're going to take the weights. So from here we're going to go down and add a category. Think of a category like one of those categories on your syllabus that you design, that you tell your students how much you're going to equate each component of the course. So for instance, we'll have participation and discussion. This next thing is important. This aggregation shows the different ways we can actually combine to get the grade. So in this particular case, I could have a sum of all the grades divided by the number of possible options, which is your basic average. I could have the middle grade, which I wouldn't know why we'd want that, the lowest, the highest. I think that the ones we would normally take would be this mean grade of average, or we would take the sum of the grades. So I'm going to actually take the mean grade of average for this category. I want all of the participation and discussion added up and divided by the number. I do not want to include empty grades. You could do that. I'm going to actually fill in a 0 when a student gets a 0. I'm going to skip down to the category name. So again, this I'm going to repeat as participation, discussion. That's what your students will see. We then go down to the grade type. The types that we can choose from. When we click the letter I, you'll see the different types. We can have a value, which is what I'm going to choose. You could choose no grading possible, which I'm not sure why we'd have that for this particular area, a scale, or a text. So if you had a bunch of things that you were not grading, you'd have none there. I'm actually going to keep it as value. I'm not using a scale. My maximum grade for this category can be worth 100 points. That's fine. I'm going to set my individual assignments up with grade totals, so you'll see that in a minute. So I'm going to save the changes. So I've added a category, participation and discussion. The next category on my syllabus I'm going to say is projects. So I'm going to go down and add another category. Again, this is a major category that I've broken out on my syllabus, and this is going to be projects. And there we go. So now, according to this, we can see that in order for this class, we have participation and we have projects. Now I'm going to go assign the weights. So we said for participation it would be 40% of the class, and there'd be 60% weight for the projects. And then I'm going to save the changes. Okay. So this gradebook now is set up with 2 categories for the course. Again, category 1 is participation, category 2 is projects. The course is Phillips K. Participation will be worth 40% of the overall grade, and projects will be worth 60% of the overall grade. So if you had 3 categories, for instance, maybe you have participation as 30, exams are 20, and maybe projects are 50. However you design those, you'll have as many categories as you have major components that go into your grading on your syllabus. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go add some items. And the way that we will add the items is we'll actually go and do it by following the directions to set up an assignment or a forum.